Hi there guys, I've got a couple of very, very special guests with me today. I've got Cesar from Gibson.
Good to see you, man. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Cesar is an absolute legend. I've only known him a short while, but I've formulated that opinion already. He's a very, very important man at Gibson, and we're just so pleased to see, you know, I've been saying this in all the videos recently, that all the changes that these guys are making to this great company and just making them great once again. So if I haven't embarrassed you, then, or if I have, then I'm very, very sorry. So
there you go. Right there, but
yeah,
thank you.
That's cool. And then this man needs no introduction, Mr. Bernie Marsden. Great to see you, Bernie.
Hello, man. How are you?
I'm very, very good. And we've got another special guest, which Cesar is holding here. None other than the mighty Beast.
The Beast is in the house. Yeah,
the Beast is in the house. So
in the right hands, I might say. There you go.
We're all pretty much kind of in awe when Bernie brought it in earlier. We've all seen this guitar, you know, in the magazines. We've seen it in the videos. We've seen footage of Joe Bonamassa playing it. And actually,
Warren Haynes.
Yeah. Well, you know, why don't you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, that guitar's been with me for a long time, and of late it's become a legendary. Maybe isn't even the word these days. Joe's played it a lot. Warren Haynes has played it a lot, and Miles Kennedy had a go on it, I think. And then you've got Jared Nichols, people like that, and I think young Toby Lee, that young whippersnapper. No, it is what it is. It's a bit special.
And so I'm sorry, go on, say
that. Yeah, you've said the story so many times, but I mean, the story goes, this was, you got it in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I got it in 74. Yeah.
And it was Eric's guitar at one point.
It came from a guy. The guy I bought it from, he bought it from Andy Fraser, and Andy had bought it from Paul Kossoff, and it's the one that Paul traded with Eric in. I think with Free Tour with Blind Faith. I think that's as far back as I've got with it. There is another connection which I haven't been able to check out, so I haven't gone public with it. But if I can check it out properly, I will do it at some point.
Yeah, I know.
Which gives it a bit more, about it.
We were talking about it a little earlier. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the Whitesnake guitar. That's what I wrote all those songs on, and formulated stuff. And it's been pretty much it's been part of my musical career, really. I was just looking at a video earlier with the boys upstairs from '74 with Cozy Powell on Top of the Pops.
Oh, really?
And that's the first time I ever used that guitar. It's still cherry red on there. So,
right.
It's going back.
Which you can still see a little bit under here.
Yeah.
Obviously
underneath the toggle switch, it's still very, very red. Yeah. But it's not so red on the top now. But it's a kind of cool thing.
Yeah. When you actually see one like in the flesh, it kind of actually made me appreciate. Like when I went to the Gibson Custom Shop back in November, how close they are. You know, they're getting. It is so close.
Yeah.
If you were 6 feet away and you had them both on a guitar stand, you would struggle, wouldn't you? I think to really.
The Custom Shop. That's the beautiful thing about it, and what we've in the last couple of months really, from my perspective, what I've done is taken some of the output there, and I being so proud of what we've achieved at Custom, that I've given those guitars to a lot of collectors. And like if you came to the Custom Shop, I'd hand you one, and one that I'm proud of, and all the stuff that we're doing now as a 60th anniversary of the 59 Burst, all that stuff is just unbelievable. And so giving it to a lot of the collectors and players like Bernie and guys that have had experience with the originals, just to get their perspective, because we can say they're great, but it's not up to us. It's up to you. It's up to the fans, up to the collectors to say that.
That's great, the way that where you're getting into that side of things now, because when my generation, we bought these because they were great guitars. We were not interested in the tops, so we were not interested in the cavities, and it was just, play this one. It sounds great, And I've had. That's not the only original Les Paul I've had. I've had 2 or 3. I'm still lucky enough to have a couple of them, and but I have, I had another one, a very famous one that I did let go. That was people. I get some people think I made the biggest mistake of my life. It was the Keith Richards Les Paul, but in 1974.
Is that the one with the
5.
Bixby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bigsby was, I took the Bigsby off.
Yeah.
The
So that,
satisfaction guitar.
yeah. And because it wouldn't stay in tune very well. And it didn't sound anywhere really as good as this one.
Yeah.
And then somebody offered me double the amount of money I'd paid for it. I was earning like £20 a week at the time.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer,
Yeah.
you know, and if we'd have all been so clever 40 years later, well, then everybody would have
kept them
kept
all, yeah.
everything. You know,
Yeah.
I'd have a lot more guitars. But it was a good guitar, but it wasn't as good as that guitar.
No.
So that was the main, and I managed to make, you know, like 2 months rent on it, you know, and that was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Now it looks kind of ridiculous, but I don't care because I still have that one.
Yeah.
But I don't care about it because it went to a guy who wanted it because it was a good guitar.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I wasn't going to say, oh, have this one. It's not as good as mine.
No.
You know, I just it's a great Les Paul, and I just I gave him a bill of sale from my apartment at the time, and in tiny letters it said one Gibson Les Paul 1959, and in tiny letters brackets it said ex Keith Richards,
Yeah.
and that piece of paper made him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
imagine.
you know, money wasn't what it was about. It was about what your guitar did for you at the time, and I think that's kind of your creed now. You know, you want to make the guitars that sound great and they look the part as well.
Yeah, we want to make some guitars that feel great, that look great, and that sound great. So it has to all come together. And that's the thing. If right now the mode we're in is that if we don't get there with anything in particular, then that doesn't get, you know, it won't be sold. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, we're musicians, we're guitarists, and we're bringing our business experience in to blend with that. But you know, this is our passion. You know, for me, that intersection of my biggest passion, which is not only music and the guitar, but the Gibson guitar. Yeah. And out of my collection, I have about 100, and you know, I think 80 are Gibsons, and that didn't happen in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
It's been you know, more than 2 decades of a project. So bringing the business side of the equation and JC's and my business experience in, blending it with something that we're so hugely passionate about. We really feel we are, you know, custodians, and you know, you just like you know, you're the custodian of the beast.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a custodian of the brand.
Passion's a very good word, and that's what, you know, some of the modern day stuff has lacked. The passion has been kind of removed from the equation, and put that back in won't do any harm whatsoever.
It's up to our fans to say that, you know, we're making great instruments and that they love them. I mean, we want to make amazing, relevant tools, but then the most critical component of all of what we make is the emotion side, where people have to love them, right? And so it's up to the fans now as our new line starts coming out. Obviously, our custom shop guitars are out there. It's up to them to tell us that they love them. If they don't say that, then we failed.
Well, Bernie, why don't you give us a few licks on this 59 Les Paul? This is just a standard 59 Les Paul that I actually handpicked that when I went to the factory last year. We're going to try this out and then see if the bass can match up to it. Sounds right.
Sounds all right, doesn't it?
Right, sounds all right. Let's do the ultimate Pepsi challenge.
So there's no overdrive on the amps. As an AB,
I think you should be incredibly
you know,
proud.
you can be.
It's just a good,
Yeah.
it's just a great reproduction of what we did in '59. I mean, obviously this is what it's all about, but like, this is what we get as close as we can get, really, right? So.
And I think, but this particular guitar is quite known for its
Yeah,
pretty
it's
fat,
total-
kind of grunty kind
yeah,
of sound,
yeah.
isn't it? So
I mean, just the slightest turn on if I was to go here,
yeah.
you know, with like a stage setup,
Yeah.
you know, and you're talking with the. with regular,
Yeah.
with no overdrive stuff. I used to just run my rig on 6 to 7, but I used to control everything from here.
Right.
And you'd be playing your rhythm stuff, and you'd be going. You get to your solo and just whack it up. I think it used to make you more control, in control. You don't have to be dancing around.
No,
with.
sure, yeah. So Bernie, you've got a very special book that's just come out as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Yeah, the new book is my guitar collection. Not all of it, but a lot of them. It's called Tales of Tone and Volume, in 3 very nice editions. 2 of them are limited edition.
Yeah. And
they come with 4 prints. They come with a piece of an old Gibson case. So there's the pink lining or the brown casing inside the book. That's all good. It's all been going very well. Yeah. We had a launch in Selfridges just before Christmas in 2018. It's good. It's available on my website.
Perhaps if we can continue our talk a little bit more about
this,
about doing something special with that, and maybe the custom shop, we could possibly look at something. So we'll throw that out there as a final little teaser there for you folks. So thanks for watching like always, and thanks to my special guests for coming to see Peach Guitars. Thanks guys.
Nice to be here. Take care.
Bye.